welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is David. And today, just from the title of this video, I am going to be explaining you on how to actually create an invoice. That way you don't have to keep on doing it yourself. Okay, so we're currently inside of N8N, right? So obviously, we pretty much have these systems and all of them built out. So obviously I want to show you guys here in the first step. So first we're going to have this and you're coming to here. And then obviously you're going to type in Google Drive, right? So when you click on Google Drive, you're going to want to come into update a file or upload a file, right? So you're going to hit that, then you're going to come here, and then you're obviously going to hit your credentials. If you don't know how to connect your credential, you can come here and obviously sign in with your client ID, or if you want, you can also sign here as well. So you just got to put in your information and then that's pretty much how you connect it. But obviously I don't want to do it because I already connected mine. You're gonna make sure it's gonna be every minute, changes involving a specific folder, right? Because you wanna make sure that every single folder works, right? And then, you know, obviously if I come in here, I'm gonna sign in, and then there you go. So if we come into invoice, right? And as long as I put in my invoice here, you know, obviously it will go back to N8N. It's already gonna have it in there, right? So obviously, you know, you come here, invoices, you know, you're gonna list your folder name as invoices, and then you're gonna make sure that it watches out for file created, right? So we're gonna test event for real quick. All right, there you go. And so it's there. And then after that, we're gonna come into download file. So after here, you know, obviously you can see the invoices are already here, and then you can just connect your thing again and make sure it's on file, download. And then the ID, you're gonna make sure that you just type in ID, and then you should see, you know, you should be able to see the ID here, right? So once that is done, you know, you're gonna come into extract file. And obviously this is really simple. You just make sure that it extracts from a PDF, and then make sure the data input binary field is data, right? Now after that, you're gonna come into information extractor. So you can just come here, information extractor, which is right here. You're gonna come in here, and then obviously you're gonna label it from, you know, from attribute descriptions, customer name, you know, and then you can just say, this is the name of the customer, company name, this is the name of the company, email, this is the email of the customer, invoice number, this is the number of invoice, date. The only thing that you're gonna change here is that, you know, you can obviously come here and just put it to date, you know, instead of it being a string, right? So after that, you can just put status. This is the status of the payment required, and then line item. This is the line item of the invoice, like what's the invoice about, right? Is it like a marketing invoice? Like what's it about? Total amount. This is the total amount of the invoice, right? So obviously after that, you're gonna just come in here and then put in you are an expert, right? Obviously we'll go into expression, and then you can just put this in here, plop that in. So after that is done, you're gonna come into OpenAI chat model, have a model connected to this, right? So obviously you can come in here and then just put your credentials in, really simple. Obviously you're gonna have to put in funds into it though, just to make sure that it keeps on running. And it's really simple. It's like $5, and $5 can last you like a month if you're not really using it, but anywhere from 5 to 20 is good enough. Then you're gonna put in GPT, you know, dash 4.1 mini. You know, it's honestly very simple, very effective as well. Now, when you're done, you're gonna come into Google Sheets. Then you're gonna come into append row and sheet, right? So obviously you wanna make sure that you wanna track everything. If you don't wanna really track it, I highly suggest you to track it. You know, you wanna make sure that you track it though, right? So obviously you're gonna come here, connect it with your credentials. You're gonna come into resources, you know, make sure it's on append row, document, right? And then sheet, and then just make sure that it's mapped each column manually, right? So obviously we can come here, and then if we have the data, right? Obviously you know what? I'll show you guys right now. So obviously we're gonna come here. This is extracting. Okay, there you go. We're gonna come in here, extract the file. We're gonna come in here, information extractor. So it's extracting the information from that invoice from our Google Drive right here. Once that is done, then now you can come in here and then, you know, obviously put in everything right here. So once that is done, you know, you can come into Slack. There you go, Slack right there. You can also send a message. Obviously you don't have to, but this is just for my team, right? And after that, you can have a model mentioning like, boom, you know, obviously I'll click this right now. And when you're done, you're gonna come into here, right? Obviously you're gonna come into message model. And after that, you know, you can just plop this right here. I'll let you, you know, I'll pause the video right here, and then you guys can pretty much plop this prompt in. So once you guys are done with that, you're gonna make sure to come here, text user, and you guys can also plop this in as well. So I'll pause the video and then go from there. So once that is done, right, we're gonna come into, you know, Gmail. You don't really need a tool unless you want to add something a little bit more case sensitive, but you're gonna come into Gmail and then obviously connect your credential, and then there you go. Make sure that this is on HTML, not on text. So typically a lot of people do you know, have the email type as text, but in this case, make sure that it's on HTML. right? And then make sure this is the output. You know, obviously once it runs, obviously I'm not gonna run it right now, but you know, make sure once it runs, you wanna make sure that it, you know, it comes in here, and then you just plop that in right here. Obviously kind of like this, right? You know, you're gonna just plop it in like that, and then make sure it, you know, you're gonna come into add options, and then it should say something like append annotated attribution. The reason why you should want to have it off is because it's more professional. If you have it on, it's gonna say append annotated attribution, or it's gonna say like assent from NAN, and you don't want that to happen, right? And once you're done with that, I mean, that's pretty much it. You can come in here as well, and then just label it as invoice automation or whatever it is that you want to label this automation system flow. And then you're gonna come here, save, and then publish, and then there you have it. That's pretty much what you can do. Yeah, so if you like this video, feel free to leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and if you guys want me to show you exactly how to build a huge and exactly specific invoice system for businesses to help them out on that aspect, this is a simple one. But if you guys want me to show you a huge, like a more developed and advanced one, feel free to leave a comment, follow my socials on the description down below, and without further ado, I'll see you guys on the next one.